So this is me choosing recovery today. Sort of had it like pointed out that recovery isn't just a general choice. It's a choice like that you have to keep choosing like several times a day, every day. Yeah, it's a bit difficult at the minute. Still trying to get my head around this idea of restoring weight. Yeah. Anyway, saw the GP this morning. I was weighed, pretty much staying the same again. I found it helpful when I see the GP generally. So like, you know, I don't get anxious about going there to see her. I always get anxious about the scale. Who doesn't when you have an eating disorder? But something I did today was at lunchtime, sometimes when I go out of the day, unless I plan specifically to meet someone for lunch, I'm quite good at just avoiding it. But today I consciously made the decision to go and have lunch, even though it's quite easy to miss. My head made me feel guilty for it. And now it's 7:45 at night, and I've been thinking like, oh, I don't need the fourth sip because it's late in the day, and why would I have it now? Like when I'll be going to bed in a couple of hours. But that isn't recovery, is it? So the first time in a long time, I have decided at this time to have the fourth sip, which some people think, oh, it's not a big deal. So I've just realised this straw is really long. But I think since the plastic straw thing came in, they don't put them on fourth sips anymore. So I have one of my reusable ones, but obviously it's a compact one, so big straw, little drink. And some people might think, what's the big deal? Little drink. Well, it's a little drink packed with a lot of macro and micronutrients, and my eating disorder doesn't think I deserve it. It's part of my meal plan though. So yeah, I've made the decision to have it, and it feels uncomfortable, but recovery does. I don't really know what to say, it's just hard. And I know I need to go and also have something else as well as this. But I've been just like having to think a lot about things. Conversation I had with my GP helped earlier, and I have to think about the future and where I want to be. And I'm supposed to be starting college in September. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I know it's not. But I guess like from the point of view that feel like I'm, just going to be sat down a lot. I think, oh, I'll be fine. I won't need the energy, like I'm just sitting down all day, but it's not true. Like, and I educate people on this as volunteer. Like, I help give presentations to students and professionals about eating disorders, and your brain weighs like a kilo or something around that, and yet use about 20 to 25% of your energy requirements. Quite a hungry organ. So being at college and using my brain all day actually does require a lot of energy, and I do think I'm going to be tired because I've been away from things because of my illness for so long. Like, I'm not even used to using my brain as much, so it's going to be a big shock. And realistically, like, I can't just go to college all day and not eat, and I know that. So I think it's just like reminding myself of just things like that. It's just totally infuriating, like having an eating disorder. Like, I know all of the technicalities, the science behind like restriction and stuff, and I educate people on it. But knowing the information doesn't always mean you can definitely always apply it. Not when you have this horrible voice in your head all the time. So yeah, it's not always easy to remember in the moment, and I think that's something I'm going to have to try and remind myself of. Like, just say, like, Becca, remember some of the stuff that, like the fact your brain's really hungry. Yeah, I waffle a lot and pause a lot. Again, just like the day, I've just come on here thinking like maybe a vlog's a good idea, but I don't actually have any sense of what I'm really going to talk about. But that's just my current like state of mind today. Yeah, and I mean, I guess from this week and talking about some stuff with the GP and the psychologist, like a little bit more motivation at the moment, but I always find that like motivation like can come and go quite easy, and on the good days like you have to really push yourself, but there are also like plenty of bad days. And I haven't had a perfect day today with choosing recovery like this morning. That was sort of skewed by the fact that I worry about eating before I get weighed, and like that defeats the object really. Like, I'm supposed to be going to get better, and yet I still have this thing in my head about not wanting to eat before I go and get weighed. And I think maybe, yeah, some of that stems from the hospital. Like, that would be a requirement. We would have to go and get weighed first thing in the morning before we ate, and that sort of sticks with me. And throughout my eating disorder, like, that's the first thing you want to do in the morning. Like, that's, you want to know what that lowest weight is for the day. But then I also can't recover and stick to a meal plan if I'm not going to eat before I go and get weighed, because being weighed is later in the morning. Like, today hasn't been perfect, and maybe that's what's made the rest of the day a little bit more, not easy, but I don't know. Maybe it's satisfied my eating disorder a little bit, so I've been able to now challenge myself, and it's making decisions like that I really need to sort of think about. Oh God. Yeah. It's difficult. It's going to be difficult. I have to keep reminding myself that I have to keep choosing recovery several times a day to really get into this real recovery frame of mind. So I'm going to get on with drinking this and remember that I also need something else after. Doesn't matter what time of day it is, apparently. I also can't trust whether or not I feel hungry because I've sort of lost that sense because of the eating disorder. I just have to stick to my plan for now and hopefully get to a point later down the line where I can rely on hunger signals, but right now I've just got to do what my plan says because I just can't trust the eating disorder. So yeah, I'm going to get on with this now.